I'm here with Jordan, and we're here to do the player ratings. You know the format. I read out the player.
I was going to say there'll be no soft Robbie, Cecil, none of this 9s and 10s for average.
I know what you're like. I know
ratings.
you're
Right,
a man
right.
that you've got high standards.
Right.
And listen, I'm with that, man.
Good,
You call it as you see it.
Good.
I'm just here to facilitate things. So let's go, man. You know the format. I call out the player. You give the rating. If there's any additional comment you want to make, go for it. Right, let's start in goal, as we always do. David Raya.
I'll give him a 7. I thought he was good today. Conceded a goal, but made a couple of really good saves. Distribution was good. I feel confident with David Raya in goal now. I liked Ramsdale. I liked him. But as was mentioned earlier on, there was those moments this season. I feel confident with him in goal. Claims his crosses. 7 for me.
I concur. The young left back, Myles Lewis-Skelly.
Yeah, played about an hour. I liked him a lot. Really good first half. Didn't have too much to do, but the little that he did have to do, he dealt with. Defending's about positioning for me, and his positioning is always good. I'd give him a 7 as well. 7.
Yeah, again, I concur. One thing I liked about him today, I thought he looked confident.
Yeah, on the ball,
you
drove
can see him
forward a couple
growing.
of times. Yeah,
you can see him growing. Yeah, well played. Gabriel, centre backs. Gabriel.
So Gabriel I thought was good today. I'd give Gabriel a 7 as well. It's going to be a bit predictable now, a bit of a 7, because for me, more than a 7 is you're kind of going into the outstanding territory. They weren't outstanding, they were good, they were solid, did their jobs. Took one liberty in the second half where he kind of didn't deal with his dinner properly. But otherwise, I thought he handled what he had to handle well. Yeah, 7 from me.
Okay. William Saliba.
See, I thought Saliba took a couple more liberties in the first half in particular. Nothing outstandingly poor, but there was 2 or 3 times when he let the ball bounce. Mateta, as you said, he's a unit, and a couple of times he got the better of him. But again, I give him a. Can we do halves? Do you like halves?
Yeah, go for it.
I'll give him a 6.5.
Yeah, you know what? I wouldn't argue that again.
Above average, but he wasn't great.
Yeah, because Mateta can work them, man.
He did,
you know what I mean?
and he did.
Yeah, he gave them something to think about. So yeah, they will come off the pitch knowing today that they came up against a guy that is about it.
Yeah.
So yeah, Jurrien Timber. Right.
He was good. Without being again great, I'd probably give him a 6, above average, but wasn't great. Again, a bit like Lewis-Skelly, when he had the chance, got on the ball and drove into midfield, got up and down really well. I thought it was an average performance from him, so I'll give him a 6.
Yeah, I think that's fair again. One thing he's got to learn to cut out is the time wasting, getting cheap bookings.
Oh yeah, that's definitely a 6 then, yeah. Cheap yellow card there. Yeah. And I get the tactic for time wasting. Saka and Rice do it on corners. They really amble over to the corners, and it's clearly a tactic. Give the guys time to set up and do their thing. But yeah, it was a cheap yellow card that he conceded at a time when he didn't really need to. So yeah, that's definitely a 6, yeah.
He's got to watch that in future. Moving further up the pitch at the midfield, Kai Havertz.
Well, I said in my fan card, I don't love him in midfield. I didn't think he was rubbish in midfield, but I just don't see what he does. He's a physical presence, but beyond that, he's not particularly creative. He's not a ball winner. He's not a kind of game tempo maker, so I don't know what he does. He got a goal, though. He did get a goal, and I think he was a threat coming from deep into the box. I didn't love him in midfield, but I'll give him a 7. I will give him a 7. I think that's fair.
Okay. Thomas Partey.
Ooh, 7.5. I thought he was the best of the midfielders without doing anything again spectacularly amazing. What he did do, he did well. He gave good energy. Didn't give the ball away much from what I saw. Won the ball back a few key times as well. And for him to last, the time that he lasted, his fitness record this season impressed me. He's done well. He's been our best midfielder this season. I'll give him a 7.5.
Yeah, I thought he had a good game actually. Silently efficient.
Yeah, didn't do anything amazing.
No frills.
No,
but what he did well, and he ticked the team over.
He did,
which is what he's supposed to do. Martin Ødegaard.
Good. He was good today. Yeah, I'll give him a 7. It was back to the kind of Martin that we know. I think he needed that game in midweek. I think someone, Cass, who works in management at AFTV, made a good point in the week about Gabriel Jesus' hat-trick. It was good for him. It was also good. It was a good half for Ødegaard. I think he needed that and extended that today. He was flary today. He was flexing a little bit today, and we need that. So for me, I'll give him a 7.
Yeah, listen, I thought he had a good game. The only slight criticism, I don't want to be too pernickety, is I'd like to see him have a few more shots. He needs a few more goals in his locker. Because he deserves that. The talent is there, man.
It is all there.
Just want to see a few more goals.
But it's funny because I don't know if you heard from Henri. He was on Monday Night Football this week, and he was asked a question about scoring versus assisting, and he was saying he much prefers assisting than scoring. And I think some players just genuinely prefer creating, providing, assisting. They get a bigger thrill from that than being the guy that scores a goal. Ødegaard's that guy. He genuinely, I think, gets joy from, no, I want to put you through. I could shoot, but I want to put you through. And I don't think you can change that, but I agree. A few more shots and let them off a few more.
Yeah, the performances deserve it, man. I mean, he's got so much skill, so much talent. I'd just like to see him finish it off with a goal. But listen, I don't want to be too panicky. Gabriel Martinelli.
I'll be fair. Again, like Havertz, my views are known on the flirter. But he got a goal and got an assist. So that will, I think, mask a lot of the performance. I need more from him. I really need more from him. And I need more from him because there is more in there. There's more in there to give. And I think we're so lopsided. Saka's out now. I think if we had him and Saka causing problems, I just think would be a team that you can't contain. It's a 7 again for him because of the output today. Yeah, I've been banging about output. Don't give me he made lots of runs. Don't give me he was on the ball lots. Give me output. What did he do? Today he got a goal and assist. But those two things aside, I thought he was pretty average. So it's a 7 for me. I thought if he did a little bit more in terms of, running his man a bit more, a couple more crosses, if he did driving at players a bit more, it'd have been an 8. But I think because those things didn't happen, in my opinion, it's a 7 for me.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I mean, like you said, a goal and an assist, but yet some people were still quite critical. You could say the fans are being, overly critical of him, but I'm only reporting what I heard people say.
If he was rubbish or he didn't have it in him, I'd be fine. Because I know that he can run his defender. Do it. You can run every right back you play, you should be running them. And I'm just not seeing it enough.
Fair enough. Gabriel Jesus.
8.5. That for me is the performance I want from my striker. Involved, dropping off, but also a threat in behind. Got 2 goals, could have had a hat-trick, was a nuisance, but was genuinely doing things that I want from my centre forward. He's clearly got a spring in his step from midweek. Now the question is, do you persist with him again? Or do you put Havertz back up top and say, look, we've seen the standard, you've got to match that? Not quite sure. But today, I was much more impressed with his performance today overall than in midweek, even though he got a goal more in midweek. Because over the course of his time on the pitch, I just got more from him and goals. Do you know what I mean? So for me, man of the match for me, 8.5.
Definitely agree with that. Bukayo Saka went off injured.
Went off early.
Some people are speculating that it could be a bad one. We certainly hope it's not. It doesn't look good, but his time on the pitch, what do you think?
I don't think we'll see Bukayo Saka until middle of January, which I think is concerning for us. He wasn't on for that long. So the time that he was on, he looked tidy, ran his man a couple of times. I'll give him a 5.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, the more important thing is that we just hope the injury is...
we're in trouble.
Big
trouble, Bridget.
Because that kind of took a little bit of gloss off the victory for me.
It
Because
did.
People are saying it could be a bad one. I sincerely hope not. Leandro Trossard.
Again, people are going to come for me, but looks busy, runs a lot. But
Flattered to deceive?
It's just that word, output. What's your output? He gives the ball away quite a lot. And if he was trying to make piercing through the Ivan Needle type passes and giving the ball away, I could forgive it. But he's giving the ball away really cheaply, overrunning the ball, getting it intercepted. I thought he was poor when he came on. I don't think he gave us enough. And the wicked thing for me is at 4-1, there was still half an hour to go. That's the time to flex. Create something. That's the time to really have some fun. There's goals here. There's food, as the kids say. Eat. Do you know what I mean? He just wasn't really doing it for me. I'll give him a 4.
Wow.
I thought it was below average. Yeah,
the kid right back as well for him. They were like, here you go, all you can eat.
Which is rude. Which is rude. They still didn't eat. So for me, I thought it was below average. I think it's a 4.
Yeah, he weren't at his best today. I think that's fair to say. Mikel Merino?
Again, they didn't do anything that particularly stood out, but that's not really his game. From what I saw when he came on, neat, tidy, a 5.
Riccardo Calafiori? First time seen him for a while.
Yeah, I'm worried about him. I like him. I like him. First of all, he's not a left back. He's doing a job there, but he's not a left back. Second of all, for someone that's quite combative and quite aggressive, he's also quite fragile. He's really fragile. This injury.
He certainly
thing,
loves to tackle.
He loves to tackle. He didn't go off, but it didn't look good. Lots of knocks. I'm just a little bit like, it's worrying me a little bit. I'll give him a 5. It was average, but I'm a bit concerned about the knocks he gets during games, the games that he's missing, and also I thought Lewis-Skelly was doing all right. So maybe just managing minutes, but I didn't feel like he needed to come off. It was a sub that didn't need to be made for me.
I think the manager's trying to accommodate him, give him some minutes.
Maybe,
We've not seen it for a while.
maybe.
And plus Lewis-Skelly,
he's a kid.
growing
He's a
into
kid.
the role.
Yeah.
Made sense. Declan Rice.
Yeah, but he did make an impact when he came on. I'll give Declan Rice, he got a goal as well. Give him a 7. I get why they wanted to kind of give him a bit of a rest. We've got a busy program coming up. He's not had the greatest of runs so far. He's had some knocks. It was good to give him that rest, but you saw when he come on, the back two just felt a bit more, that triangle was a lot more secure, and he got a really good finish from Declan Rice. So yeah, 7 for me.
Ifon here.
Yeah, looked okay. Was a threat when he came on. Neat and tidy. There was one chance I think he set up for Martinelli and he fluffed it. I'll give him a 6.
Yeah, I think 6 is fair enough. He weren't on that long. Tried his best. Did a couple of nice little things.
Yeah. Didn't stand out, but
Yeah, that's true. Overall team performance, because like I said, and I've said it a few times now, it was one of them games whereby we've won and we've won comfortably. We should be applauding the team, but I think it's only fair to say that in the ground and out the ground, people have said that although we won 5-1, there are aspects of the team's performance today that weren't quite up to scratch. And that does matter going forward, or we're going to play better teams than Palace.
Yeah, my man was saying earlier on that we'll play better teams, probably now without Bukayo Saka. Those kind of small things that we need to tighten up on. If we don't, we'll lose those games. Now look, 5-1's a 5-1 away from home. That's to be applauded and to be respected, right? And enjoyed. Let's enjoy it. I don't want to be too miserable out here.
Yeah, we're not trying to be churlish, but I'm just trying to give the people a flavour of what people are saying.
I'm looking bigger picture, and the bigger picture is how do we catch Liverpool? And does that performance, over the course of the next 5-10 games, does that do the job of putting a run together? I'm not totally convinced. But like I say, 5-1 is 5-1. Gabriel Jesus got a couple of goals. Martinelli got a goal, and only one goal conceded. Overall, I'd give the team... I'll give him a 7. It wasn't outstanding. The result's outstanding, but the performance for me, there's things in there that I think we need to tighten up on quite significantly.
I think that's very fair. The manager is, we all know, is his 5th year.
It is
this week.
The pressure's on.
Yeah, the pressure is on. But what did you think of the way he selected the team, the way he coached the team today, his overall performance, in your view?
I'll give the manager today a 7.5. It's a 5-1 win on his head, so that's to be applauded. Like I said, my fan cam, I didn't like Havertz and Jesus. I know that some will say, well, they won 5-1, they both scored. Fine, but just because you get the right result, that doesn't mean you made the right decision. Do you know what I mean? So I don't like seeing that kind of that lineup of players playing. So that for me is a critique of him. But he won the game 5-1, so he's the one laughing, not me, sort of thing. So I think for his performance, his subs, the formation, playing Lewis-Skelly again at left back and starting him, the Declan Rice thing paid off. Yeah, I think 7.5 is fair for him.
And just finally, the fans who turned out today, or what was, let's face it, a pretty cold night.
It was cold. The fans were in full voice. It's actually my first away Arsenal game with the fans.
Oh wow!
So it was. I've been to away games with Arsenal as press and media, but never as a fan. They were
impressed?
In full voice, very impressed. All the songs were coming out today. The energy was
you
good.
were singing along yourself.
I was getting involved. I love it. Gabriel's one got sung a lot, which I loved. I give the fans, look, it's cold, it's Christmas. Give them an 8. Give them an 8 today.
Yeah, big up to the fans, man. Like I said, cold day, South London. Couple of days before Christmas, most people are out doing their shopping. We're here supporting the club, and they did it well today. Jordan, thank you very much, man.
Bro.
Love it.
Thank you very much. Big up.
Nice one.